Hi, I'm Colin England. I'm a sales engineer at Foursys. Today I'm going to look around ForeScout CounterACT and some of the features it can do for you. ForeScout can be deployed physical or virtual, so it works with VMware and Microsoft Hyper-V as well. It works by connecting via a span on your core switch or by SNMP, so it can also integrate with various wireless infrastructures as well. So it uses the SNMP information and is able to talk back to those devices, and also those devices can talk back to the CounterACT device. I'm just going to show you around the NAC dashboard, which I've got currently open. I will just select a particular machine so we can see what kind of information you get out of these device. So you can see it's pulled out information like IP address, MAC address, the NetBIOS domain name, NetBIOS host name. You also can see it's picked up a load of vulnerabilities currently existing on that machine. If I scroll down a little bit further, we can also see it's connected to that particular switch, 10.100, and we've also got the port it's currently connected to and what VLAN that port is on. You can also see, because it's connected to Active Directory, you can see the username that's currently logged in, the display name of that username, because that could obviously be different, and also any groups that user is currently a member of. You can also see the information such as the currently open ports on that machine, all which can be very handy, especially when you've got a particular issue in your machine. So we can also, with all these views, we can just select a particular network segment we've created. So in this case, I've got a demo network and a test network. So I can drop down and select the demo network rather than the test network, and we can get just those machines. If I just jump into the inventory here, we can see the currently running Windows processes. We can select any process from that list, drop down, and we'll be able to see which machines are currently running that process. You can also go around and also look at your services as well. Again, you can select and see how many machines are running that particular service. You've got useful information such as Windows versioning. Again, you've got your open ports as well there, and how many machines have currently got those ports open. So it's just selecting that. Then you can also drop into a filter and see how many machines in that particular demo network have got those ports open. So just go down to your applications installed. So again, you can look at it and see how many machines have got those particular applications installed in this demo network. Microsoft vulnerability is always an interesting one. We can see how many hosts have got those particular vulnerabilities, and you can obviously see in that case we've got 3 vulnerabilities on those machines below. So what we'll do is I'll just show you around some policy creation. So we've got some built-in compliance policies. So I'll just go around and create an antivirus compliance policy. We'll call it test. So here we can set the scope of our policy. So we can do it against a particular segment, or we can do it against the whole network if you want to. So in this case, I'll do the whole network. We can also look for a particular antivirus we approve. So if it's a corporate device, maybe we only have Sophos antivirus. So I can literally just type in Sophos in that list, or we can just be looking at any vendor. In this case, I'll look for any vendor, and I'll say the antivirus has to be updated within 2 days. It's created most of the policy for me already. It's also got additional actions in antivirus not running. So in this case, when the antivirus is not running, it can try and automatically start the antivirus. So the same applies almost in the AV not updated. You can also tell it to try and update your antivirus. So you'd have the actions slowly work its way through. So it's not running, okay, get it running. If it's not updated, get it updated. And finally, it would drop down to the bottom rule there, which is compliance. So it's easy as that. So you've created an antivirus policy for your whole network, and then everyone can stick to that policy. What we'll do is we'll also add an additional compliance policy around peer-to-peer. Obviously, we don't really want peer-to-peer running on our networks at all. So what I'll do is, again, I'll do it against our whole network. And I'll be looking at all peer-to-peer applications. So if I see peer-to-peer running, I'm actually going to add an additional task, which is kill peer-to-peer. Okay, so I've added that additional action. We can add a long list of actions, which I'll go through in a bit. So I'll press finish. What I'll do is I'll just show you, we've got a machine here. We'll get it running our peer-to-peer application. Okay, so you can see uTorrent in this case is currently running on this machine. I'll just apply the policies. I don't know if it will do it instantaneously. It should be pretty quick. What I'll do is to just wait a second. We'll just do a recheck just to force it to do all of the changes right now. You can see the kill action has been started. It reckons it has now killed the process. So if you open it back up, yep, it's been killed. So just to confirm that, I'll just go down into here, look for the icon, it's gone. So that has completely killed off peer-to-peer applications. You also got more customizable policies around looking for particular versions of Internet Explorer. You can also, I've done custom scripts to check for free Wi-Fi and bits like that. Also, you can do your ASIC classification, you can customize it as far as you like. So in this case, I've added additional classifications for Sophos UTMs, VMware SXI, and you've got your Adobe Reader as well. So these actions here are currently just adding to groups, but we can also have additional actions in there. So say if we've got Adobe Reader 10, because Adobe Reader is not the most secure application in the world, we can restrict the actual machine, and we've got numerous options on how we can restrict the machines. So we could switch block it so that it just literally chops the machine off from the network. That is pretty harsh. Obviously we can also assign it to an ACL, maybe blocking it from the core servers, or we can assign it to another VLAN, maybe a dirty VLAN, that they can get themselves updated first and then move on from there. We've got some more remediation actions. So you've got the option to kill process on Windows, which is just a matter of just typing in the process you want to get rid of, and it will kill that process. You can set registry keys. You can also notify the user. So you've got the option to send the email to the user, because it's integrated with Active Directory. It can obviously read that information and send that email to that user. You've also got the HTTP notification. So as the user's browsing the internet, they'll automatically get redirected to your HTTP notification page, which will then give them a message to read. So you could maybe have that redirecting the HTTP redirection to your security policy, for example, if they're constantly opening up peer-to-peer applications. You've got the option to manage them. So you've got the option to add to group. So in this case, I'm already adding it to a group for Adobe Reader 10, but you can also add it to additional groups, what you see fit really. And also you can have a HTTP login. So that's really for guests. So you can have a guest that comes onto your network. You can get them to log in and provide their details, and you can actually say which details you actually require on the network. So you've got the registration page here, and you can ask for the phone number, you can make it mandatory, you can ask for the title, you can make it mandatory, etc., etc. So in this case we can just go back to the main NACT dashboard. If I just select all, I can literally go down here, select the groups I've created. So this is the Adobe Reader 10 group. So in this case we've got one machine with Adobe Reader 10. So we could literally do a right click action and we can manage them, add them to additional groups, whatever you see fit, or we can assign it to a VLAN, simple as just putting a VLAN number in there, or we can restrict them. So we could have a switch block in action to say you've got an unsecure version of Adobe Reader, you're going to be chopped off the network, and you can have it send an email to your help desk to say this person has got an insecure version of Adobe Reader. Also it's got built-in IPS, which obviously because it's sitting on that span already, so it can see the attacks and provide information, or again you could have a policy based on that to block that completely off. Lastly, I'll just open up the executive dashboard, and this just gives you an idea of your overall compliance of your network. So you can see a trend graph here. You can see slowly more machines are getting compliant, and you can also see any remediation actions that have taken place. You can see we've got 29 guests and we've got one malicious host. You can see our overall compliance is 38%, which is not overly impressive, and you can see we've got 78 devices monitored. Just quickly over the detections here, we've got the overall map here, which is you stick your various locations onto the map and it will tie in with your segments you created earlier. With those segments, if it has threats or unmanageable machines or machines that are not matching your compliance policies, you can see in here quickly which machines. So in this case I've got 5 machines that are non-compliant, I've got 1 machine that's got no policy at all, you can see 1 machine that's malicious, etc., etc. So it's a very good tool for network administrators, and it's almost you've always got unlimited options around what you want to do. I hope this has been informative, and I thank you for watching.